everybody, it's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing a craft related video. Well, kind of craft related, a new hobby, I guess. Hobby that I've been wanting to start for a while and just haven't because I haven't had the time. I had my hand surgery a couple days ago, my second one. Not feeling the greatest. The pain has been pretty bad these past couple of days, so I'm trying to get my mind off of it and open this package full of coloring book stuff for you guys. I do love art and coloring and painting. My medium is mainly paint. I am the best at painting, specifically acrylic and watercolor. Like, that's just what I am good at. I've never really been good at traditional art, like with pencils and pens and markers and stuff. I've just never been good with that, but I want to try. So I actually had a company named Ohuhu. They contacted me and asked me if I wanted to try out their markers, their alcohol markers, and I have never been so excited to respond to an email before. I have been wanting these markers for so long and I've just never bought them, and I was so happy that they asked if I wanted them. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys the markers, swatching them, and then I also have some coloring books that I got. So I'm just going to do a big adult coloring book haul. I don't really know what I'm doing. You're gonna have to be patient with me. I'm gonna be very slow. I can try to color with my right hand the best that I can. It's not going to be beautiful, it's not going to be perfect. So I have a huge box down here on the floor that I can't lift. So I'm just going to get everything out of the box and put it up here on my desk and show you guys. I'm so excited. I don't remember all that they were sending me, but it's a lot. All right, first thing is 2 marker organizers. So I've got one organizer here, which is just amazing because I need organization in this house for sure. So I'll be able to put all of the markers in here. Then we have this pack of fine liners, I believe. Yep, fine line drawing pins. It's an 8-pack. They're smooth, waterproof, fade resistant, quick dry, which is good to use with alcohol markers. Then we have a marker pad, which is the sketchbook. And then what I'm assuming is in here is the markers. Let's go ahead and open the markers. Whoa. Wow. There's so many. This is the 216 color set. They have one that's like 300 and something too, and then they have smaller ones as well. Here is what they look like. Like I said, I've been wanting these for a very long time. I see everybody on TikTok using them in their coloring books and it just looks so fun. So one side is a fine tip side and then the other is like a chisel, or a broad is what they call it. Like that. I will probably organize these a little bit differently, like maybe organize by color eventually, but wow, this is just awesome. I've never had this many markers before. Then we also have this right here. It says, if you're coloring on thin paper, please put this pad between your coloring sheets to prevent any bleed through. So that's really nice that they include that because these markers are alcohol markers, so they can bleed through thin paper if you're not using thick paper. So I'm gonna push these back here real quick. And then I'm assuming their sketch pad here is compatible with the markers. Spiral bound, acid-free, heavyweight, maximum blendability, 60 sheets. Oh yeah, these feel really nice. I'm excited to have a new sketchbook. And it says marker pad on the back, so we're gonna have to test it and see. It comes with an educational booklet about all their colors. And this is what I am going to definitely be doing in this video, is swatching everything. So I love that they include these cardstock papers that you can color in the color of the markers, so you can see exactly what they look like on paper, because sometimes you'll see a color that looks like this, but then you put it on paper and it looks more green or something. Like, you never know. It's just random sometimes. So we're definitely going to be swatching them today so you guys can see the true colors of them. So I'm very happy that they include those with their markers. I'm talking about organizing these markers like I didn't just get 2 marker organizers. Wow, this is nice. And I'm gonna put them right over here. I got 2 of them. I'm gonna have to move my doll. I might be able to put her on top of the other organizer. Let's see what it looks like. it fits perfectly right there. So cute. Okay, before I get to swatching and organizing all of the markers, I'm gonna show you guys the coloring books that I got. I literally ordered these like months ago and I just never opened them. They're in here. I got them off of Amazon. There are some creators that I want to buy from eventually on Etsy or their own websites that I've been seeing on TikTok, but for right now I just bought some on Amazon just to see if I really like the hobby enough to order more expensive coloring books, because these were under $10. Ooh. So one thing that's kind of discouraged me from buying adult coloring books until now is that a lot of the adult coloring books are just really, really, really detailed. Like, they have so many little details that you have to color in, and I'm just not a big fan of that. It's just, it takes too long, it's tedious. It literally so many little details. But I've been seeing these very like simplified adult coloring books lately, especially on TikTok, and I'm like, okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted just simple, basic shapes that I could color in and design and make it my own. So I got these two to hold me over to see if I like them. So this one is the Fuzzy Friends Super Cute Coloring Book by Vivi Tinta. I'll put a link for these down below. Like I said, I got them off of Amazon. I honestly don't know if these pages are thick enough for alcohol markers, so we will have to see. So here's the first page so you can kind of get an idea. And this book also has a test color page, which is pretty cool. I won't need to be doing that, but it's really awesome. The pages do seem pretty thin, so I'm definitely gonna have to use the little sheet in between, so there's probably gonna be some bleed through. But what I really like about these coloring books is that you can see just pretty simple, basic shapes, and it's not just like way too many little details that you just get exhausted. Oh my god, look at this one. You just get like exhausted. I can't see what I'm showing you. The little cat is knitting. We have candy, fruit market, a little pizza party here. It's just precious. This is precious. So this is a really good size too. It's pretty small. So there's the first coloring book. And then this one I'm very excited about. I've been seeing it for a while. This is Pocket World by Coco Wyo or Wyo. I don't know if I'm saying the last name right, I'm sorry. This one, I love Polly Pockets growing up, and this is, you can obviously tell it's heavily inspired by Polly Pocket. This one also feels like pretty thin paper, but we'll see. Oh, it says it right here too. There's a lot of details, information on the front of this one. It says, we chose standard quality paper for affordability due to the limited paper options on Amazon. You can prevent bleeding that may occur with certain pens or markers by placing a blank sheet of thicker paper behind the page. So this is not thick enough solely without putting a page underneath, so just want to let you guys know. It says that it is best to use alcohol-based markers or colored pencils with a blank sheet behind to prevent bleed through. I'm sure, okay, this is an example of adult coloring books that have way too much detail. Like, that is just too much. That is chaos. That does not relax me. That stresses me out. This one also has a test color page, and then we get into the Polly Pocket type coloring. So I'm very excited for this one. This one seems like it has a lot more little details than the other one, of course. But oh my god, this one's a little mushroom. We're definitely going to be coloring a sheet in this video. I just gotta decide what I want to do. So yeah, I'll put a link for these down below, but I'm so excited to have some coloring books. I do have like some book related coloring books that are just hidden away somewhere that I don't ever color, but yeah, so I'm honestly exhausted from filming this video. You can probably see how red my cheeks are. This is not blush. This is literally my cheeks, how red they are. I'm in a lot of pain, so I'm probably not going to do all of this today. I will rest and maybe try to organize and do the rest tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys updated tomorrow.
Lovely. And then everything started happening real fast.
I will say, honey, it's a lot of dead stuff in that water. It's a lot of doing that all day.
Right.
But it was right after I said, you get up. I don't want me to stand up. You get up, she's gonna beat.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that
All right, so I'm finally about to color and I wanted to show you guys the swatches that I did. This took me a very long time to do with one hand, but you know what? We did it and I love having the swatches. Here's color swatch 1, just in case you guys are interested. My favorite colors are definitely like the neon colors for sure. Absolutely love R15, just like this pink color right here is so pretty. Then we have color swatch 2. And these are more like cool tones. And then color swatch 3 is more of like earthy tones and the like neutral grays and stuff. Accidentally dropped a tan onto the paper, but also love this bud green. Love that color. So now that I have all of the swatches, it'll be so much easier for me to choose my colors when it comes to different coloring pages, because then I can decide like what is best. I've got my coffee, the International Delight iced coffee in vanilla. I get these from the Dollar Tree. I love these. So I got my coffee ready, just ate some breakfast, and I'm going to color with the Fuzzy Friends coloring book. I'm thinking maybe just to flip to a random page. So I'm gonna close my eyes. I know you guys can't see me, but I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna try to pick one closer to the back because it's probably gonna be bad, my first one. Oh, okay, very cute. So this is a cat and a rabbit having a little tea party. This is a perfect one to do first. I have my little page protector here, so I'm gonna put this in the page behind. So with the bleed through, it doesn't bleed onto this next page here. It doesn't cover the whole page, so I'm gonna put like another, I'll put this like this other thing that they included and I'll put that behind. So I'm gonna decide what colors I'm going to use and stuff. Like I said, it's not going to be beautiful. I'm probably not gonna be able to stay in the lines very well because I am naturally left-handed and I'm gonna be coloring with my right hand. So it's gonna be a little messy, I think. But I'm actually going to try my hardest. I really enjoy coloring books because you kind of have to bring out your creative side a little bit and try to decide like what kind of color scheme you want to go for. So obviously, you know, we're gonna have blue skies. So I'm gonna bring these swatches down here so I can look at them closely. Cerulean blue is really pretty. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that I organized all of the markers over here and I organized them by the same order of the swatches, so it's easier for me to look at the swatch and then look up and just be able to find it very easily. So that's how I organize the colors and I'm very happy with it. So I want this guy to be cerulean blue, and I've done some research on alcohol markers and I read that to get like the best ombre effect, you get a color that's a little bit darker and a color that's a little bit lighter, and that's how you make a good ombre effect. So I'm also going to do pastel blue and I'm in Prussian blue. Probably didn't say that right. So I guess we'll start with the sky and I'm gonna go from maybe dark to light. I'm not gonna talk the whole way of me drawing, but I just wanted to show like the first couple of drawings because you guys can actively see like how well the markers go onto the page. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit and try to color the best I can. Oh gosh, okay. Hopefully my head doesn't get in the camera. I really don't want to draw color out of the lines. It's probably gonna take me a little while to do this coloring page, but that's okay. Oh, I probably should have used the Prussian blue. I know you're supposed to use more like swirls, but I'm trying not to go out of the lines. But I don't know if you guys can tell, the color just kind of, it just fills the space so beautifully. Like it like spreads out really well. Oh, I just went out of the line. Should have used the darker color. I'm gonna use the darker color like on top of it to see what it does. So I'm just gonna be testing it. Yeah, because it's like really dark. So they kind of bled into each other already because it's still a little wet. And then I'm gonna go back with the blue that I just used and then I'm gonna try to blend them together and see what it does. Yeah, that worked pretty well. Oh, I just realized I was showing my hand, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I mean, it didn't blend perfectly, but it blended pretty well. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and start coloring. I'm gonna color and I will just do a little time lapse.
Get built to last. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out.
All right, I finally finished my first coloring page. I will warn you before I show it, it is not that good. I was just kind of practicing with the colors. I did notice that since this is not like marker paper, that the colors came out a lot darker than the swatches that I made on the thick like cardstock marker paper that they included for the swatches. And also another thing I noticed is that you kind of have to stop coloring about 2 centimeters away from the edges because the markers bleed, at least on this paper that I'm using, and when they bleed it spreads, and I was doing pretty good staying in the lines, but since the marker was spreading it went over the lines, which was a little annoying, but that's just because this coloring book is not marker paper, so it did bleed through a lot, so I'm very glad that I put a piece of paper behind it because it bled like crazy. I'll show you guys what the underside looks like. It actually looks pretty cool. But yeah, it's very, very saturated. The color scheme of this one is very dark, like very dark saturation, so let me just go ahead and show it to you. So here it is. Like I said, it is not perfect, but I still think it's pretty good for my first time. So I used a lot of dark colors. You can see where I was just kind of practicing blending. I did really good at the blending on the mountains. I'm very happy with that. And then here, it's down here. And it really came together once I put the highlights in with my highlighting pen. These highlighting pens are the Uniball Signo pens. I absolutely love these, and they work so much better than like the jelly rolls that I have, because I have a lot of jelly rolls, but I always prefer to use that one. So I did mess up kind of right here because I was like, okay, well, let me try to use some of my Prismacolors to color in the floor to give it kind of like a textured look, like a floor would. But then I hated it, and I realized I would have to press down very hard for it to be like super pigmented, and it hurt my hand. So these two like panels down here look really bad, but it's okay. I was still practicing. And I really love that I made the tea set look like little strawberries. And overall, I am pretty proud of what I did, and I'm very, very happy with everything. I used a lot of colors, and now I need to put them back where they belong in my little storage thing here. I need to show you guys what it looks like behind the page. So here's the coloring page. And then the bleed through was actually insane. So you can see the staining on here that you can just wipe off. But here's the bleed through on the back. Like, it almost looks like a whole different picture on the back, which I actually think looks really cool. Like, it looks like the picture with like no outline. It bled onto the next page like a little bit because it was moving. I think it's really cute. The cat was inspired by Claudine. So that's a little orange kitty, and I can't wait to color some more. I'm actually going to do a quick test before I end this video on the marker sketchbook that they sent me, because I just want to see what the bleed through is like through this coloring pad. So I'm actually just going to go all the way to the back here, because this paper is super thick, like I can just tell. And I'm going to use like a very dark color. So this is turquoise green, and I'm just going to very heavily like pack on the color. Now what I'll do with new coloring books and stuff is I'll definitely do like some patch tests to see what the bleed through is like, and then just test the paper before I start coloring just to see like how it's going to be. Okay, so I just did 2 layers of color. There was no bleeding. where like the colors spread out at all. And that was with 2 layers of emerald green, and there is a little tiny bit of bleed through, which is usually to be expected. Not too bad, honestly. It could probably take like another layer before it would start bleeding through to a page behind it. So pretty thick paper. Definitely will be using this in the future for sketches and making art. Fine liners are really cool too, because like even this one, it has like a marker point, which is just so good for like precision line art. So I'm very excited to use those too. I did not use them yet, but I did swatch them and I really like them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to check out Ohuhu for yourself, I will put a link down below with my affiliate code, and you can get yourself some markers. They also sell them on Amazon, so I'll put the Amazon links down below as well. I'll also put a link for the coloring books, of course. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!